we in for today's match between the Cougars and the Pride?
Well, first off, Wyatt, thank you very much for having me. I'm really excited to be here with you on this great day, great weather. It's a beautiful day for some soccer, as you guys call it here in America. But you know what we can expect? I think we can expect a good, tight game. Last year, these teams, when they played against each other in Greensboro, it ended 4-2 to the Averett Cougars, but it was 2-2 for a long time until the 80th minute. So I think we can expect a tight game.
Thank you so much, Carlos, for that. As we look ahead now, your starters for the Cougars in goal is number 0, Tyler Yates. Starting again for the Cougars is Mario Gutierrez. Number 6, Leandro Tysiender. Number 7, Max Gaudry. Number 10, Diego Gufani. Number 12, Daniel Lilly. Number 19, Will Davis. Number 23, Daniel Sierra. Number 25, Moises Garcia. Number 30, Jaime Vasquez. And number 31, Oliver Kuschelt. We're gonna pause here for a second for the national anthem. We'll be right back with the visiting starters for the Greensboro Pride. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network as we have just ended the national anthem. As I said, now getting into the starters for the visiting Greensboro Pride is number 1, Giovanni Yakin. Number 2, Avery Blake Jr. Number 5, Juan Beltran. Number 6, Leonardo Cardona. Number 8, Brady Mowers. Number 12, Jalen King. Number 13, Craig Thomas. Number 19, Axel Garcia Avila. Number 21, PJ Kolaska. Number 21, Yasik Nagesh. Number 33, Kenneth Hall. Now, looking to the preview of the of what should be a good match, like my broadcaster Carlos said earlier. This game should be pretty even, as the Pride though are coming in with a record of only 1-3 this year so far, as they've gotten off to a little bit of a slow start. So it should be interesting as they're looking to kind of make a little bit into a comeback into the season. So there should be a fair amount of confidence coming into their matchup against the Cougars. So this game should be pretty tight. Like I said earlier, starting for your Cougars is number 0, Tyler Yates. Number 2, Mario Gutierrez. Number 6, Leandre Tessiender. Number 7, Max Gaudry. Number 10, Diego Gufani. Number 12, Daniel Lilly. Number 19, Will Davis. Number 23, Daniel Sierra. Number 25, Moises Garcia. Number 30, Jaime Vasquez Sengiorgio. And number 31, Oliver Kuschel. Now, one of the things that we're seeing with the Cougars is that there's a fair amount of experience coming back this year for this team, as there are only 6 newcomers. So we should be able to see what the Cougars have added from last year, and what they're taking into this year to add on to make this an even greater season than last year. Now, Carlos, what you were talking a little bit earlier about how the experience can really pay off with this year. Can you go a little bit further into that?
Yes, certainly. There's a lot more experience in the squad now. Not as many freshmen in the starting 11, but these freshmen who are starting are of very high quality. However, those sophomore and juniors last season, they're now the upperclassmen, and they have a year more on their shoulders, on top of their heads, and I think that can only benefit them.
That's right. As we get set, we're into kickoff now, as the Cougars take early possession here, as number 31 Oliver Kuschel kind of controls the opening start of this game. Over to Kuschel. Over to Tessiende. Back over to Gutierrez. As the Cougars are kind of playing a little bit of what do you say, keep away, as they're just trying to find an opening to move the ball downfield. As that ball goes out, and the Cougars will keep possession. That is off of Greensboro. As the Cougars are taking some great possessions here, as the hustle play is really paying off so far. You can tell that that Coach Wilson has really prepared his team for this year. As the Cougars move it up here, as the good defense there by Greensboro pays off, but again, it's just a wide shot there from number 23, Daniel Sierra. He just had he had opening there, but just could not put the ball in the back of the net.
That was great play by the Averett Cougars. From back to front, very simple, very easy on the eye, but also very simple for the players out there. They trying to put each other in good positions. It was a very good run by Dan Sierra, following up and kind of just wishing that it was gonna fall, because you never really know what's gonna happen. But the way it fell it felt perfect.
That's right, Carlos. The Cougars were able to move the ball upfield there to the point where Daniel Sierra was able to have an opening. The Cougars just need to be able to put the ball in the back of the net, as there was a great opening there. As number 12, Daniel Lilly. Lilly, like we talked about the experience from last year, moving into this year. Daniel Lilly, one of the standouts from last year, is now a junior coming into this year. One of the Cougars' key players, really, with the most amount of goals, going actually into this year, as he has 3 goals so far on the season. So it should be interesting to see how he adds on to that. As the ball comes over to Teixeira, as he moves upfield, as Greensboro just kicks it out of bounds. The Cougars will control the possession here as they get it into Gaudry. As the ref blows the whistle, and the Cougars will still control possession, but this time bringing in is Kuschelt. Kuschelt with the throw in, as Greensboro just looking to fight it off there, as there'll be another possession here for the Cougars. Kuschelt to bring the possession up here, as that's a push in the back from Greensboro, but not called by the ref. As the Pride are looking to move it upfield here, they're with a fast run here, as the Cougars playing great defense there, as Kuschelt is able to kick it out of bounds to stop that possession. Pride with another throw in, as the Cougars score. Great defense there by number 23, Daniel Sierra. Sierra able to just steal the ball away there and move it upfield, as that passes a little far there to Gutierrez, as the ball just lands out of bounds there, as the Cougars are able to control the possession here, as there is a steal there for the Pride. Moving downfield fast are the Pride, as good defense there by the Cougars to just kick it out of bounds. That's again Kuschelt. Oliver Kuschelt with great vision, able to stay in front of his defender. As the Pride will kick it in here, it's a corner kick from the Pride, as the Cougars are just able to get it out. It's number 2, Daniel Lilly. As the Cougars look to make another run of it, as they get the ball downfield here, but just over the head of Max Gaudry. Gaudry thought he had an opening there, but the ball just flew a little over his head, as the Pride look to get it out. The Cougars look to get it out of the zone here. Now the Pride are looking to make another run of it, as a good pass there for the Pride, as it's number 12, Jalen King. King looking to move it around, looking to take advantage of this find an opening in this Cougar defense, as a good header there, able to get the ball out, as the Cougars playing great defense here. That's a shot on goal, but just not strong enough, and saved by Tyler Yates. Yates, a graduate out of Greensboro, North Carolina. We're getting to see him from last year, where he has made many great saves as he was able to hold on to many of the Cougars wins from last year, as Cougars are looking to make another run of it here, moving the ball excellently upfield. That's number 12, Daniel Lilly, looking to control the ball, as Greensboro is playing great defense here so far. Gaudry has control of the ball here. Back to Gaudry. Gaudry with the possession again. Gutierrez now with the possession, over to Gutierrez, over to Kuschelt. As the Pride get in between that, as the Cougars just a little miscommunication there. But the ball just back into Cougars territory here. Tyler Yates just steps in front of it and clears it out. Gutierrez over to Kuschel. Over to Taisiende. Over to Gufani. Back over to Kuschel. As the ball lands just a little high there, now the Pride are able to intercept that at midfield. Cougars looking to steal the ball there as the refs call for a line kick, I guess it is. What would you say? What would you say, Carlos?
A free kick.
A free kick. Sorry. As the Pride are able to get a free kick here. As good clearance there by the Cougars, able to get back in control of it, as making a run here downfield. Back to Gutierrez. Over to Taisiende, who just kicks it out of reach of himself, and as the Pride kick it out of play here. Looks like there's some sort of some sort of fight for the ball there, but the Cougars able to clear it out. It's number 25 Moises Garcia in control of the ball now as he's looking to get it back downfield as the ball is intercepted there by the Pride, looking to move it back downfield. It's Sierra who makes a great stop there and gets the ball back into play quickly into the Pride territory here. Gufani over to Garcia. Excellent communication here by the Cougars. Really looking to set it up, set up a great play here. As there's no call there from the ref on the slide tackle. Back into the Cougars zone now here. Gutierrez over to Gufani. As the refs will blow the whistle and there will be a sub coming in for the Pride. Gufani to start out here for the Cougars. Over to Taisiende. Over to Gaudry. Gaudry fight for the ball with the Pride here in the zone of the Pride as Gaudry takes a shot, but it's just saved there by the Pride.
That was great individual play by Max Gudry. It was great play overall, winning the ball back and playing back to front like we've been accustomed to by every university.
That's right, Carlos. As the Cougars have definitely been really good when it comes to their defense in their own zone. Looks like it'll be another free kick here for the Pride. Cougars looking to make a stop here as the ball just goes out of bounds, and it will be a goal kick for Tyler Yates. Gutierrez over to Kuschel. Back over to Gutierrez. Over to Kuschel. Kuschel moving the ball up here well. Over Godry. Over to Lilly. Long pass to Lilly. Keeping great control of the ball here. Cougars moving the ball downfield well here that's Gufani. Gufani, great pass as the Pride able to get the ball out there. Garcia with control of the ball here, as that's Jaime Vasquez able to keep it away from the Pride. As Kuschel looking to bring the ball back up here over to Lilly. Lilly looking to get a shot here. Lilly back into the zone, but great defense there by the Pride. Pride with looking for a run up the field here, but great defense there by Lilly over the Pride, keeping the ball in play here, but just out of bounds there, and it'll be Cougar ball.
The attack just now from the Cougars was a great example of the switch of positioning between players and their dynamic between one another, because just because someone is on paper, or as we say in soccer, on paper, a right winger doesn't mean they have to stick to the right side the whole game. It was great movement by Dan Sierra, number 23, and number 12, Dan Lilly. One, that they're switching places. It creates different dynamics between players, different runs as well. It means that Dan Lilly can go on the inside and Dan Sierra can go on the outside. And then as Dan Sierra is a left-footed player, he can go from the outside inwards and create something.
That's right, Carlos. A great run there by the Cougars. Ball just out of the reach of Will Davis. As the Pride will control it here as Kuschel. Great ball there, able to get it back in possession. As Gufani is able to move the ball up here for the Cougars. That's over to Lilly. Lilly looking to make a run here, back downfield, looking to beat his man downfield as the ball just goes out of bounds off of the Pride. Lilly throws it in here over Garcia. Garcia takes a shot. The shot is wide. The ball just goes up wide through the goalpost. There are points in the other type of football, but not in this one. As it'll be a goal kick here for the Pride. As Yakin will look to get the ball back in play here. Good header there from Gaudry as the Cougars keep possession. Great vision there from number 7, Max Gaudry. Gaudry was looking to get over to Kuschel as the ball comes in to Gufani. Gufani over to Vasquez as the whistle is blown here.
That's a tactical foul there by Jaime Vasquez. It's an important foul. He made up for his mistake to some extent. If he wouldn't have pulled the jersey of the Greensboro player, he would have been through on goal alone against Tyler Yates. So despite the mistake he made with his touch, he somewhat made up for it, as it's a lot better for Averett to concede a free kick just about in their own half than a 1v1 situation versus our goalie.
That's great insight, Carlos. As the Cougars definitely are looking to move the ball back up here. Moving the ball back around here, back to Yates, back over to Vasquez. Back down the field to Garcia. The ball just out of the reach of Garcia as the Pride look to control. Here's Kuschel. Kuschel looking to maybe steal the ball away there, but as the goalie for the Pride are able to it was able to kick it out there as Yakin with excellent vision of there with Kushel just in front of him. Garcia moving the ball around here, moving around the field is over to Gutierrez.
Whilst Averett has the ball here in the back with their own defensive players, this is a great way to analyze how they decide to play out of the back as they're trying to find a superior number, so more players than Greensboro, in their own defensive third or in the middle third, as those are the areas where they can play through and get past the Greensboro press.
That's right. There is the Pride are not able to find control of the attack there, as the ball comes back to the Cougars as Gutierrez controls it, moving the ball upfield here to Kushel. Kushel looking to move it excellently downfield here is to Lilly. Great pass there to Lilly from Kushel as the ball lands just a little under Lily's reach. Ball comes into the zone of the Pride here as Cougars are moving the ball around as Kushel looking to get the ball back into Gaudry. Gaudry not able to find it there as the Pride are able to get it back here and make a run of it. As it's number 12 for the Pride, that's Jalen King. That look to make that run here as the Cougars are playing excellent defense so far in their own zone.
Yeah, you're totally right, Wyatt. Greensboro haven't really come to any chances as of yet. This Averett defense is looking good, looking sharp. Other than that one situation where Jaime got the yellow card through that tactical foul, it's been smooth sailing so far, and Averett have come to a couple chances, especially Max Gudry, who got the 1v1 chance. So I think this is looking positive so far for the Averett Cougars.
Can you, Carlos, can you give us a little bit of insight to what Coach Wilson was thinking with setting up his defense with going into this match?
You know why? That's a great question, because there has been some injury problems and concerns throughout the squad. But I think the most important thing he's had emphasis on is not necessarily exactly who is playing, but how. So it's been very important to keep it tight, to keep a same line, because if the line is, as one would say, maybe squiggly or zigzag, then there will be spaces to exploit where there aren't offsides. So the most important thing has been keeping it tight and compact whilst also staying on the same line together.
Thank you, Carlos. Looks like there will be a goal kick from Yakin. Get the ball back in play here, as it's not for the Cougars. It's Teixeira able to control the ball, but the ball just goes out of bounds here, and it looks like it'll be possession of the Cougars. As the ball gets in, King gets it, or not King, sorry, as that's number 29, Jacek Nagesh able to step in front of it and knock the ball out of bounds. As Kushel will throw it in here for the Cougars. As it's excellent vision here from Kushel. Pride able to play playing great defense there, able to get the ball in their possession. As there's a penalty there from Greensboro. Can you touch on a little bit on that? What that penalty was, Carlos?
Well, at this point, it was simply just a foul. Oh wow, that's great play. Oh! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Wyatt. We just had to.
You're fine. I was gonna say that was an excellent run there from Max Gaudry. He had an excellent opening there as as he was looking to put the ball into the back top left corner of the net but the ball was just saved there from from the keeper for the Pride. As the Cougars take an excellent shot there as Lily scored the goal there.
Golazo! Wow.
That was great. That was a great spot there for Daniel Lilly. That'll be his 4th goal on the season, as the header that happened there was just knocked in there from Lilly, as the Pride didn't know what was going on there, and didn't really see what was really going on there. So as Lilly able to take advantage of that and put the ball back into the net for the first goal of this match, as Averett is now ahead 1-0.
Yeah, this has been great play. Averett have dominated the first 21 minutes of this half. This just 2-minute spell here was great. It was a great play first to get the corner by Max Gudry and Will Davis, the 1-2 with a beautiful flick from Will Davis, who's playing as a center forward today. And Max Gudry has been very relentless and is running up front, trying to exploit the left-hand channels through the 1-2s with Will Davis. And then the corner was a very nice attempt on a short corner and trying to get a cross in from a different kind of angle rather than all the way out wide. And then it was just a beautiful strike from our British sensation at the moment, Dan Lilly. He's in the form of his life.
That's right, Carlos. As you said there, the goal there scored there was from Dan Lilly, one of the standouts from last year, as him and the injured Elias Lehman are the top 2 goal scorers from last year, as the Cougars are now looking to have possession here and move the ball back downfield again, as Kushel takes great possession of the ball there. Good run there for Gaudry. Back to Kushel, back to Gaudry, back to Kushel. A little 2-man game here.
Wow, that's like watching Messi and Suarez at the moment. Oh my God, that was beautiful.
As the ball was just got out of bounds there, and it'll be a throw-in for the Pride.
It seems like Averett are trying to use these shorter passes to get Greensboro to come at them and then exploit the space behind them. Even doesn't necessarily have to be behind the back line, which is the more common thing to do, but even trying to get the midfield to step up a little higher so that they can exploit the room behind the midfield and in front of the center backs.
That's right, Carlos. As the Cougars are definitely playing a little higher up than we've been used to seeing them play. Definitely paid off there on the Dan Lilly goal there, as he was just behind one of the players for the Pride, as Kushel thought there was a foul on the slide tackle, but no call from the referee, as Garcia moves it back up to Lilly. Lilly over to Will Davis, but the Pride just able to step in between that one and kick it out of play. As it looks like Kushel is the one to make the corner kick here. Carlos, what are we seeing on the setup for the Cougars? Possibly be wanting to put the ball back into the net for a second goal.
Yeah, it seems like they're trying to crowd around the goalkeeper, making his life more difficult and swinging it in, so it might just go directly in, or just a small touch is all that's needed.
That's right. Thank you, Carlos. But the good thing is that Cougars just able to keep possession there, even though the ball was just touched there by the Pride. A little overly overkicked by Kushel. As the Cougars able to control there, as that is another goal there for the Cougars. Excellent header there in goal by number 27 Tyrese Amokoa for the Cougars, as that gives Averett a 2-0 lead here over the Pride. Excellent header there on the kick there. definitely the Cougars definitely able to find an opening there. Great shot there for the Cougars as they go into the 20th minute with a 2-0 lead.
Beautiful play by Averett. It's been a common theme this season. You're just trying to get those in-swinging crosses so that if nobody touches them, it goes straight into the goal. It's the most dangerous type of cross. And it's the first goal for Danciera straight out of La Coruña in Galicia, España. It's beautiful to see. It's always nice to see when a freshman gets his first goal.
That's right, and it's always more exciting when it's earlier in the season. It's not late in the season. As Crucial moving the ball up here, as Dan Lilly making a run up here, but a kick back to Moses Garcia. Back over to Crucial.
Averett now just have to continue doing what they're doing, but also not get too excited. This is a situation where they just got a little too excited, a little too on the front foot. Averett have time on their hands. Time is their ally. They have nothing to really worry about right now. Just keep the ball and try to keep it smooth the rest of the game.
That's right here, and one of the good things, as we said earlier, is that the Cougars this year have the superstar sensation in goal, Tyler Yates. So that kind of takes away some of the worry as to having an experienced goalkeeper in goal to start the season.
Oh, definitely. If you rely on the guy behind you, you're willing to be a little more aggressive up front. You're not too afraid of the space in behind you or the situations that might occur because you know that you have a good shot stopper behind you.
That's right, Carlos. Is the Pride looking to make a run of their own up here as is great defense there. As Garcia thought there was a foul there, as Garcia falls and is able to get back up. Glad that he is okay, as that was a bad fall there for Garcia, but he gets up and he looks like he's fine. As we continue play here, as Kusha controls in the Cougars control over to Gufoni. Gufoni moves the ball up pitch here. Back into the corner over to Lilly. Lilly kicks it over, passes it over to number 23 for the Cougars, Daniel Sierra. As the ball goes out of bounds here.
The way Averett now played from back to front was very nice. It's just as they've practiced on during training with the coach, trying to find those overloads, and especially in the midfield. If you're able to overload the midfield, you're going to find space out wide, and if the opponent decides, okay, let's defend the space out wide, you're going to find the space in the middle.
That's right, as there will be a short corner kick there for the Cougars, as the Cougars are looking to put the ball back in the net, but it's just an overpass there for the Cougars, as the Cougars look to control the zone again. Bring the ball back out here, as the Pride take possession here and looking to make a run of their own, as it's number 12, Jalen King. King looking to make a run of it on his own, but the Cougars just take it away from him as they take back possession.
That was a very good run by number 12, King. He was the one that scored in their 3-2 win. He scored the winning goal versus Guilford. So he's definitely Ferrum. So he's definitely a dangerous player when he's given space. However, the Cougars were now good to track back.
That's right. It looks like that the Cougars are definitely playing great defense around him, as there are 2 or 3 Cougars around him to get the ball back from him. As the ball just goes out of there, and it'll be a goal kick for Yakin. If you're just joining us, the Cougars have opened out to a 2-0 lead over the Greensboro Pride, as two excellent goals. One from Daniel Lilly, and who was the other one from?
Dan Sierra.
That's right. That's right, Carlos. As the Cougars have definitely opened out to a commanding 2-0 lead, coming into down to the 16th minute here. I'm Wyatt Ockel alongside my co-broadcaster Carlos Soli. This has been a great game so far, as the Cougars have definitely played well, as the experience for this year is definitely paying off.
I think that's a very good way to describe Wyatt when you use the word commanding. It's definitely been a commanding performance as they have dominated every aspect of this game so far.
That's right, Carlos, as the Pride take control here. As the ball will be thrown in and will go out of bounds here, as the Cougars will take back possession. It'll be Yates who makes the goal kick here. Brings it into Gutierrez. Over to Kuschel. Back to Gutierrez. Back to Yates. Yates over to Vasquez. Vasquez with a long pass up to Lilly, just in front of him, as the Pride able to get the ball out of bounds there. Just the pass just landed a little too long there.
Yeah, it was a great attempt on a long pass behind the defensive line of Greensboro from Jaime Vasquez. It was also a great example of the positional play we mentioned earlier. The two goal scorers, Dan Lilly and Dan Sierra, have combined very well on the right side. Now, Dan Sierra tried to go towards Jaime, asking for the ball, trying to attract the defender with him, which would mean there would be space in behind for Dan Lilly to attack.
That's right. Carlos, as the Cougars will look to move the ball back into the zone here, as they have an open opportunity here, as the ball just goes over the goal here, as the kick goes too strong and up through the football uprights.
That was a very good run by Mo Garcia, and being able to pull it back as well. Finding a man on the second post was great. And, Tissandier has been in great goal scoring from this season, so if there's anyone you would put your money on to put it in back in that, it would be him.
That's right. As Dan Sierra, one of the as we were talking about, one of the more experienced players that's going to be on the same line as Dan Lilly. Those two are two definite players that Coach Wilson is going to rely on to be able to put the ball back in the back of the net for the Cougars. As they're playing a little bit of defense here, as the Cougars still have a commanding 2-0 lead over the Pride, taking a little bit of weight off of their shoulders and able to play a little bit of defense here against Greensboro.
I think that's a very good comment, why, being able to take pressure off your shoulders, you feel a little more comfortable, a little more confident, you're able to trust yourself a little more in these kind of situations. But also, if the game continues like this, you will have more players from the Averett bench being able to be substituted in. You get more rest for certain players, but you also get a happier squad, because the more players that play, the happier the squad will be, and that's very important towards the end of the season.
That's a really good point there, Carlos. It looks like Coach Wilson so far is having his players play a little bit more pressure than they normally have at least from seeing from last year.
Yeah, definitely. It's something that they've stepped up this season in terms of the aggression of press, and also the higher line of press, and it's certainly paid off this season so far with a couple goals.
That's right. As Yates will get the ball out of the Cougar zone here. As up to Garcia. Garcia's tackle from behind, as that is going to be a throw in here for the Cougars. As the Cougars move the ball upfield here. Garcia looking for someone who's open downfield, and it's Gaudry. Gaudry looking to move the ball up as they just go offsides here, as there's an offsides call from the referee.
You know why a very interesting substitution was just made whilst we were talking. It was Agustin Jaraba who was subbed on for, it seems like it was Dan Lilly on the right wing. He scored twice in this reverse fixture last season, so he definitely knows a thing or two about how to get the ball in the back of the net. He scored 2 very beautiful goals last season as well, so he's definitely a threat coming off the bench.
That's right. That's right, Carlos. And you know what? That's a good thing because you know that provides Dan Lilly with a little bit of rest to be able to kind of get some water in his system and to save his legs for later on the match. As Gutierrez will bring the ball out here, is over to Garcia. Garcia, kind of a pass back to himself as the Cougars will look to move it up here. As take a shot here. As the ball just goes off the post, is the Pride able to kick it out of bounds?
That was a beautiful play by Averett. It hurts my heart to see that hit the post, but it was great play. It was great play.
That's right. It was an excellent run there from the Cougars as that was number 9 here from the Cougars. At least from what I saw, that's Aiden Barber being subbed in for the Cougars, as there'll be a goal kick here for the Cougars and Gaudry. But ball just out of the Pride's possession here, as the ball will come back to Yates, and the Cougar and Averett will look to make another run.
I think this is a good time for Averett to just calm the play down a little, not have such intense play at the moment. The game has been, at least on their behalf, very intense. It seems like they've been wanting to attack in almost any situation possible, which is great. But when you're 2-0 ahead, you don't have any reason to stress or any reason to rush towards the goal. So now is a good time just keep possession and at least ride this half out.
That's right. As there's now 9:42 left here in the first half of this 2-0 match between Averett and Greensboro. As that is. Earlier, there was a key offsides call from the ref on Greensboro, able to pull it back in possession of Averett, as the Cougars have been trying definitely to move the ball downfield on most of their attacks, and definitely paying off because of the 2-0 lead that they now have, and trying to get out and play fast. As there will be a goal kick for Yakin. Ball goes far downfield as the little bit of fighting there for the ball, as the Pride able to control it here, as there will be a free kick for the Pride.
This is a good opportunity for the Greensboro Pride to maintain possession and try to force a little more back towards their own third and try to get some momentum for the rest of this half.
A little bit of shove from Garcia there on the back line of the Cougar zone. Nothing called from the ref as they thought there was a little bit of a foul there. A shot here and Yates, easy save there to just able to keep the ball in front of him. Cougars move the ball up here. Gaudry with a great run here. Great pass here for the Cougars. Ball just goes out of reach there just goes out of reach there from the Cougars as Gaudry just a little too strong of a pass there for Gutierrez. Sorry, no, excuse me. Aiden Barber just out of reach of Barber as Barber was right in front of the net there, as there was pretty much an open net there for the Cougars.
But that was great play by Averett, showing versatility in play. They're seeming, this, at least for this game, to have an understanding of when to be direct and play longer passes towards goal, and sometimes when to play shorter passes and just maintain possession. This was a great example of those direct counterattacks where there's a lot of open space, and Max Goodry found himself free on the wing, and then the defenders had to pick between going towards him and stopping the cross or finding the man inside, and then they weren't able to pick, so the pass was able to get through, and any other day Aiden Barr puts that in the back of the net.
That's a great point. That's a excellent point, Carlos. As they had to kind of choose between trying to guard Gaudry and guard the cross here, as there will be a free kick taken from number 7. Gaudry will make the kick here as the ball just gets out of the zone here. Excellent defense there from the Pride, but the Cougars able to keep possession. As Gutierrez will kick it back to Yates, and Yates looking to set it up here for the Cougars. The ball goes out of bounds here. It'll be Averett possession. And looks like there will be a couple of substitutions here. One of them is for Averett is number 22, Elias Laman, who we all thought was injured, but just comes off the bench to come into this game and to help the Cougars out, as he was definitely he definitely had a few highlights. One against Pfeiffer from last year, where he had 2 goals last season, and was able to find himself open most of the time right on the left wing.
And the other one is straight from Vigo in Spain, Fernando Pintos. He's been a very good player in training, showing very high technical ability, and this is a great game to settle him into the pace and physique of the American game.
It looks like Coach Wilson is he has an emphasis on his returners, but he's also making a point to get some time in for his newcomers.
Definitely, I think it's very good for a newcomer to get as many minutes as possible, because it's very difficult if you're a freshman and you get 0 minutes, and then all of a sudden you have to get a lot more minutes in your sophomore or junior years. So being able to settle in and not having everything to be so foreign is a good thing. So this is a good tactical move by Coach Phil Wilson.
That's right. It was it's definitely a good thing to have a little bit of experience on your belt, as Greensboro looking to make a run here as the Cougars swarm number 28 for the Pride. That's it's Nijika Nizi for the Pride here as sophomore. As the Cougars are definitely playing great defense and swarming 2 or 3 players on every Pride player that tries to make a run downfield here. It definitely plays into the concept of keeping the pressure on that the Cougars are definitely doing a really great job of. As Kushel will take possession here, as the Cougars slow it down a little bit here, kind of playing the possession game, there's now 3 minutes and 48 seconds left here in the half, as they're just trying to keep the possession and keep their 2-0 lead here going into halftime, which is nearing here, coming into the last 3.5 minutes. Possession will be in favor of the Cougars, as there will be a goal kick here. Looks like Kushel will be the one to take the corner kick, as the ball comes in, and a great header there from the Pride and great defense there from the Pride to get the ball out, as they as great defense there on the cross. Ball comes back in here for the Cougars, making an excellent run here, but just able to probably just able to knock the ball out of bounds. Cougars definitely looking to take a shot here. There's an excellent shot there from the Cougars. Yakin able to jump up to the top crossbar there and make an excellent save from the ball going back into the net as the Cougars tried taking a long shot there. Looks like from the 20-yard line of this field, and as it was an excellent save there from Yakin, as it gives Kushel another goal kick to try to get the ball in before the end of the half. As Gutierrez tried to set up for that one, but just not able to come down with it in time.
It was a great touch, though. It was a little unlucky that there was so many Greensboro players tracking him down, but the touch was beautiful, honestly.
That's right. It was an excellent touch and a great open shot there. Is one of the things that we were talking about earlier was the fact is that the Cougars have been able to take advantage of the fact is that there's been a lot more space in between them and the defense of the Pride, so able to take advantage of that space to find open spots to take a shot where there may be an opening in the net. As the ball comes back in here, the Cougars looking to move it up here, but a good defense here from the Pride. As there's 1 minute left here to go in the half, as the Cougars are now just going to look to keep it in possession here, and not give Greensboro an opening to make a run, as there is a steal there from for the Pride, as Kushel looking to keep defense, as Greensboro will make a foul there. That's number 30, Gicha Macharia for the Pride, as he reached over Kushel and grabbed his shirt and everything.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a free kick in favor of Averett, but I mean, maybe the ref saw something we didn't.
That's right. As we wind down the first half here, the Cougars in a commanding lead here over the Pride as we go into the half, as Averett has a 2-0 lead here over Greensboro, as they've pretty much played a commanding pressure defense, and they've played a heightened spacing offense. We're gonna take a break here as we go into halftime here. We'll be back here at the start of the second half, a few minutes before that, to kind of give you a preview of the second half and talk about what was well done the first half, and what the Cougars can do better going to the second half. Again, if you're just joining us, I'm Wyatt Ockpole alongside my co-broadcaster Carlos Oli. We'll be back here on the Averett Sports Network at the start of the second half. And welcome back to the Averett Sports Network. If you're just joining us here just before the start of the second half, I'm Wyatt Ockpole alongside my co-anchor and co-broadcaster Carlos Soli. Carlos, what did we see that the Cougars did well in the first half that they'll take into the second half to continue?
Well, what they did well, that was actually a lot. I think what they did best was score 2 goals and 2 goals more than Greensboro. However, a little more in depth would be um, positional play, press, playing out from the back to front, variation of play, all this stuff. I think has just been smooth sailing so far. There hasn't really been much to criticize so far. They've kept Greensboro away from the goal.
Thank you for that point, Carlos. Is that yes, the Cougars have definitely done a really good job of playing pressure defense on Greensboro and keeping them out of their own zone. As though the in the second half here, I guess what the Cougars could do better was they need to play a little bit more under control as they're playing a little too fast here they played a little too fast during the first half. So it'll be interesting now that they still have a commanding 2-0 lead here over Greensboro. It'll be interesting to see them maybe slow the pace down a little and kind of play a little bit more possession, and to move the ball upfield and to kind of keep the ball out of possession of Greensboro and to kill a little bit more of the clock.
I think that's a great point, especially what you said about the clock, because Averett have time. Time is their ally. I mean, obviously, if anything, you do want the game to end as soon as possible when you're 2-0 ahead. But what I mean is that when you're 2-0 ahead, you have time on your hands. You don't need to stress forward. You have no reason to send many men up and leave space in behind. So I think what you said about killing the time is a great point. And the best way to do that is to maintain possession, play a little more calmly than they have so far. Because even though Averett have played great, I think you made a great point in that they've at least attempted to play very fast-paced, and that's not necessary in a situation like this.
That's right, Carlos. Is as a little bit of a point that wasn't brought up earlier that we didn't bring up earlier is that for this year, at least for their non-conference games, the Cougars picked two really great teams out of the conference that they were a part of last year, the USA South. As they picked Greensboro and Pfeiffer University out of that conference. As the Cougars though know the Pride all too well, taking the last 3 out of 4 against the Pride that they've had so far in the past.
Yeah, that's a great point. That they're undefeated in the last 4 and winning 3 of them. That's a great stat to go into in this game. However, one thing that must be mentioned is that Greensboro did score in all of those games. So you can expect that Greensboro will come with a lot of pressure, with a lot of energy and a lot of intensity this second half. I definitely think that their coach has probably given the players a wake-up call. We could maybe expect some sort of tactical change. But yeah, this Greensboro side, they have not played as intense as they did in the reverse fixture last season.
That's right, Carlos. As looking at a couple of the stats, I mean, obviously to highlight Dan Lilly and Dan Sierra with each with a goal in the first half, as Coach Wilson definitely looking to keep both of them in the starting line for the second half here, as he has a great amount of expectation out of those two players.
Yeah, and I think you can expect more of the same throughout the season. I mean, it's very difficult to keep it up stat-wise, but I'm thinking when it comes to intensity and the amount of running they do and the quality on the ball, you can definitely expect the same. But goal scoring from their positions is very difficult. So what they're doing right now is very good, and it's at a very high level.
That's right, Carlos. Is the Cougars in fact will start with possession, as to bring into play for the Cougars is Agustin Haraba will start this. We're gonna get to see some of the bench for the Cougars, as the Cougars will definitely look to move the ball downfield. It was a long pass there from from Tyler Yates out of the box of the goal. As the Cougars will bring it back in now. Start out with it will be Vasquez. Move it over here to Gutierrez, who stays in after long minutes in the first half. Back over to Vasquez. Back over to Pintos. So yes, we're definitely seeing a lot more of Coach Wilson's bench. And he looks like he's giving some of the more seasoned veterans some time on the to rest. As there'll be a free kick here. Looks like for Kuschel. As a long pass here, ball looking to get it going back into the goal. As the Cougars keeping up the intensity in front of the goal, but great save there from Yakun, able to keep the ball out of the back of the net.
It was a great play. It was a great delivery, and then it was very well done of Agustin Jaraba to get just a little flick on it, trying to switch the direction just to put the goalkeeper off, but he was on his toes. As there will be a goal kick here for the Cougars, looking to set up like they're like they have two guys here in front of the net to put another one in the back of the goal here. But great defense there from the Pride as the ball goes way downfield and will be thrown in a little above midfield. Cougars looking to move the ball around here, playing more of the possession that they quite didn't last during the first half. So we're definitely seeing a slower pace here from the Cougars as now since they have a 2-0 lead here over the Pride, but still doing a great job of keeping up the pressure defense. And able to keep the possession a little bit longer. As there will be a throw in here for the Cougars. Again, another out of bounds kick for a kick out of bounds from the Pride in possession of the Cougars. Be Gutierrez moving over to number 8, Joshua Garcia. Garcia, one of the sophomores who was a freshman last year out of Sanford, North Carolina. One of the other really good players on the bench for Coach Phil Wilson. Cougars moving the ball around there. Playing a little bit more possession. As there looks to be a lot of space here as the Cougars are trying to set up to be a little higher up and more spaced out between them and the defenders. As there's an open run here for Garcia. Garcia in the corner in the Pride zone here moves the ball back out. That's number 25 for the Cougars. Gutierrez with a long shot there, but easy save there for Yakun. The intention by Mario Gutierrez was really nice. He saw the run of Fernando Pintos, number 13, in between the center backs, but the execution was just a little off.
That's a great point there. As we definitely see that the Cougars are playing a little bit of a slower pace here, but keeping up the intensity in the zone of the Pride. playing some of their other players from that had come off the bench, as Greensboro looks to make a run here, makes a run at Yates as they put it in the back of the net as the Pride score a goal on Yates. A rare goal allowed there by Yates. Yates didn't quite expect that one, as the Cougars didn't quite know what was going on there. A little bit of miscommunication there from Averett, as the Pride have now put one on the board. It is now they have cut the lead in half, as the Cougars will now be in possession again, as that was just a lack of defense there from the Cougars.
Yeah, it's not what we've come to expect from the Averett back line. It was just a little loss of focus, something like that. Just this little sequence, and Greensboro did a good job to punish them. And now it's almost a full half where Greensboro are still in this game and they're still pushing, and they've already scored a goal now, and they're gonna have a lot more confidence and they're gonna have a lot more energy and momentum for the rest of this half. So Averett really need to be careful in how they manage this game.
That's right. Yeah, whatever the coach for the Pride said at halftime, like you said earlier, was kind of a wake up call. As they're going to come out with a lot more intensity and put a little bit more pressure on the Cougars, as we're definitely seeing them the intensity pick up, and trying to move the Cougars around a little faster to make the pace in their favor.
And definitely, and also the thing about the Cougars this half so far, I mean, it's barely started this half, if anything, but you could see straight away they were almost a little too comfortable. They were not necessarily slow on the ball, but they took their time, which is fine when you're 2-0 ahead, but you can't get too comfortable. It's a very dangerous lead to have, a 2-0 lead, because you yourself, you can easily become a little more comfortable, think that the game is going to end in a smooth way. But if you just have one mistake, the opponent is straight away back in the game. So Averett now, just like I mentioned earlier, they need to be careful in how they manage the rest of the game.
That's right. Carlos is now the lead has been cut in half. It is now only a 2-1 lead here for Averett, as they need to be a little bit more careful, and not be so comfortable with only a 1-goal lead now here. And so the Cougars definitely need to pick up the intensity and try at least to score another goal here in the half.
Yeah, they definitely do need to pick up the intensity. You can see compared to the first half, they're really struggling to get out of their own middle third. Last half, they did some beautiful combination play to get out of the middle and own third, or defensive third as it's called, and get into the attacking third. And Oliver Kusholt with a beautiful play. Sorry, I just got a little distracted, but
you're fine. As a beautiful shot there, as a big save there from Yakin prevents the ball from going into the back of the net, as there was an excellent run there from the Cougars.
Yes, that's a little more like they were playing in the first half, a little more in the Pride defensive third, but it was very nice, and I think that's going to be a little more needed this half. Those long shots, as the Pride seems to be a little more lower with their defensive line, so it's going to be more difficult to find that room in behind, but that means there's going to be room in front of the defensive third.
That's right. As now that they're back in the zone of the Pride, as the ball just goes right out of bounds there, and it will be a goal kick there for Yakin, as the Pride are able to control it now, as the Cougars looking to play a little bit more defense, as the ball just goes out of bounds there. Ball goes out of bounds in front of number 33, Kenneth Hall.
The point I was going to make earlier before Aiden Barber had that beautiful shot with the great save as well by the Greensboro goalie is that Averett seemed to struggle a little more getting out of their own third when they have possession, and that is because of the lack of intensity in the off-the-ball movement and the positional play. In the first half, the two goal scorers were on the right side, Dan Lilly and Dan Sierra, and they were very good at taking each other's positions and switching up the dynamic and creating space for each other, whilst Averett haven't been good at doing that so far this half.
That's right, Carlos. Is that as we've now seen is that Coach Phil Wilson has definitely told his team to pick up the intensity a little bit more. Now we're kind of seeing that that they're definitely looking to get the ball into the defensive third of the back of the Pride. As there is a no call there on the tackle for from the Pride. As Garcia will control it here. Over to Garcia. Good pressure there from the Pride, as Garcia will throw it in here for Averett. As number 23 comes in for Averett, Hugo Marles. 21. As there is a short pass that was almost stolen there from Greensboro. Averett slowing it down here a little bit now, passing around, but moves it greatly downfield. Good pass there to Elias, to Lehman, to try to move the ball back into the defensive third of the Pride. Good swarm defense there on the Pride of the Greensboro player. You're definitely seeing that Averett is definitely playing a little bit more pressure defenses. There are at least two men on each of the players for Greensboro.
Yeah, you're totally correct, Wyatt. And it's a very good thing to see the willingness to win the ball back. Greensboro barely have any passes or any ability to maintain possession because Averett are so good at counter pressing, as we call it in soccer, just quickly swarming whoever has the ball to minimize his options.
That's right, Carlos. They're definitely starting to keep a little bit more pressure here on Greensboro.
Yeah, it seems that way, and it's kind of weird. Honestly, in my humble opinion, I thought that Greensboro would start this half with a little more intensity, with a little more intent to score. I know that they scored now, but that came off an Averett mistake. I would think that Greensboro would want to be a little more direct in their approach and not sit so much back and let Averett maintain possession. But Averett have been able to maintain possession, and it's going well for them so far, despite the goal they conceded.
That's definitely right, Carlos. As Greensboro was able to make it a little bit of a run there, but just knocked out of bounds there, as the Cougars will take possession back, as we will see multiple substitutions come in for the Cougars.
Yeah, we'll see that mostly the team that started the game have come back on the pitch. So you have Diego back as the holding midfielder. In the midfield three, you have Dan Sierra as the right number 8, so the right side of the midfield three. And then you have Dan Lilly back on the pitch as well. So yeah, it's kind of going back to the start of the first half, which gave them the first 2 goals.
That's definitely right to hear, Carlos. You know, Coach Phil Wilson is definitely probably saying that he wants his goal scorers back on the field to so that there's a little bit more experience and a little bit more pressure here on Greensboro, so that they can play with their lead comfortably. As we'll see, Yates bring the ball back into play here, as it will be controlled by Gutierrez. Over to Garcia. Back down the field to Lilly. Lilly with an excellent run, but ball just goes over his head as the pass goes too strong over Lilly's head, as it will be in possession of the Pride in their own zone. Good throw in here for the Pride, the Cougars doing an excellent job with keeping possession, as Lilly here will look to keep the ball in play here, but just not quite able to, as he'll be the one to throw it in. It's controlled by Garcia. Garcia with his own pass off of the chest of the Greensboro defender. Back to Gutierrez. You can see now that Kushold is the one of the constants that's been staying on the field for most of the game.
Yeah, I mean, he is the team captain, and you want your captain to stay on the pitch for as long as possible. It's his responsibility to somewhat maintain control. He's the one that's going to calm down the team when that's needed, or pick up the intensity, motivate the others when that's necessary as well. So I think that's a smart move from Coach Philip Wilson to keep his captain on the pitch. And despite that he's a very important player and you want him to rest when it's possible, you do also want to maintain some kind of structure, some kind of rhythm, and he provides that.
That's right. As him and Yates have done an excellent job with controlling the way that this match has gone so far for the Cougars. As Lilly though lands down with what seems to be his ankle, as he's limping around here though, but is staying on the field. As they're an excellent run there from the Cougars. Greensboro just able to take it away from it, as there will be just out of bounds there for the on the Cougars. So in possession of the Greensboro Pride.
This is a good opportunity for Greensboro to apply a little more pressure on Averett.
That's right, Carlos, as they seem to be doing so, as that's an excellent pass here downfield, though, but controlled by Kushold over to Yates. Yates with a long pass back downfield is able to get into the middle of third, as Daniel Lilly able to get the ball into the zone of the Pride here. Kushold definitely helping to keep control here, as he's doing a great job of making sure that his team stays in rhythm. Kushold over to Garcia. Garcia back to Lilly. Lilly over to Barber, but Barber just not able to over to reach it. Good pressure there from number 23, Daniel Sierra. Cougars are definitely moving the ball around here well. Looking to get back into the Greensboro zone here. Over Garcia. Over Gutierrez. As the Cougars moving well downfield here to Gaudry. Gaudry's defender just able to get the ball out of bounds here. As it looks like it'll be a corner kick which will be taken by Gaudry. As we see, Will Davis is the one that's standing right in front of the net. As the Cougars do a good job there of trying to get the ball into the net, but just out of the reach there is number 13 here for the Pride, is that as they just move the ball downfield a little bit too far, as there's an offsides there call there from the ref. Over to Barber.
You know, the way Aiden Barber is playing this game is a great example of the positional play we talked about in the first half. As on paper, he's one of the three forwards. At least it seems like he's on the right side mostly, but he finds himself in very deep positions, and sometimes in the middle, sometimes on the left, sometimes on the right. And so for everyone who watches German football, it's very similar to Thomas Müller from Bayern München, as he has been given the freedom and liberty to move wherever he wants, so that other players can move wherever they want to, and it becomes more unpredictable for the Greensboro defense.
That's right, Carlos. And another player that we're kind of seeing that also kind of trying to help take control of this game is Max Gaudry.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to. It's kind of different to what he was doing in the first half. In the first half, he was trying to attack that left channel in between the left back and left center back in the back four of Greensboro. But this half, he's found himself in a somewhat deeper pockets, which means that Averett have been able to maintain possession in deeper places.
That's right here, as we're seeing a great run here from Greensboro. No offsides call there, but a great job there from Guffoni to get the ball out of bounds there, as it'll be a corner kick here for Greensboro. Looks like Averett is setting up with a great defense there to protect the box and keep the ball out of the net, to maybe take a little bit of pressure off of Yates.
Yeah, I think Averett would very much benefit from having that kind of win where they dominate most aspects of the game, as this season they've done a very good job of coming back into games from losing positions, but it's a very unhealthy and just simply not a positive habit to have, to constantly having to come back from losing positions. It's very difficult, and at some point that's going to dry up, being able to come back from losing positions the later you go into the season and better the teams you're playing against are.
That's right. As one of the things that we've seen here, for the definitely positive for the Cougars is Moises Garcia definitely helping the Cougars move the ball up the pitch and try to get back into the rhythm that they were in the first half. As Lilly tries to pass it upfield here, as the Cougars keep possession. Great run there for Daniel Lilly. Definitely trying to get back into the pride of the zone of the pride. Ball goes over to Gutierrez. Gutierrez trying to find someone to pass to, as there is a header there over to Guffoni. They're in the box.
Wow!
As the goaltender for Greensboro makes an excellent save there on the shot from Averett.
That shot from Aiden Barber was very creative. I love seeing that.
That definitely, and it's one of those shots that we don't see very often from Barber, where he takes it from that far out.
No, definitely, and he's been shooting from a little far out today. He had that long shot earlier in the game as well. So I love seeing how he's very much willing to take longer shots today.
That's definitely right, Carlos. As we saw a shot there from the from Greensboro.
And it seems like that's the Greensboro game plan as well, to get these chances through space. They know that to maintain possession versus Averett will be very difficult, so they have no problem sitting a little further back, but then being very direct in their attacking approach and trying to catch Averett sleeping or on a counterattack of some sort.
That's right. And speaking of counterattack, it was a great run there from Averett to move the ball up there fast and to really put the pressure on the Greensboro defense. As they keep moving it around as they're trying to put a little bit more pressure as number 23 for the Cougars, just unable to handle it. That's Daniel Sierra, just wasn't able to find his footing there. As there will be a substitution coming in for Greensboro. Subbing out is number 33, Kenneth Hall. Subbing in for Greensboro is number 23, Braden Walker, who is a senior defenseman out of Taylorsville, North Carolina. So, like we kind of talked about earlier, one of the things that makes this a pretty even game is the fact is that both teams have a fair amount of experience on both sides.
Definitely. Many of these players played against each other the last couple of seasons, and Averett have gotten the better of them, but Greensboro also have made a tight game almost every time, so it's definitely going to continue to be tight the rest of this game, despite Averett dominating possession and chances, and statistically wise, you would say it's been one-sided. Greensboro know that they just need one chance, exactly like they got early in the second half.
That's right, and it looks like now that there are a bunch of players for Averett now warming up on their bench. It looks like there will be a complete sub out here for Averett coming up here in the next minute or so.
Yeah, it might be just to get some fresh legs, to get some fresh minds as well, because the fresher the legs are, the fresher the mind is as well. Once the legs go, the mind goes with it, as we say in soccer.
That's definitely right. Is that as one of the more well-known players on the team for this year for Phil Wilson is Nick Breen looking to come in here for the Cougars and warming up there on the bench. As it's looking like they're given by my analyst, looks like there will be a yellow on number 7, Max Gaudry. Good defense there from Yates. Good save there from Yates to step out and to keep that ball from going in in the back of the net. That was a great save there from Yates. He his vision for where the ball is in the air is definitely one of the best and definitely one of the good things for the Cougars to have, wouldn't you say?
Oh, definitely. It's very nice to have a commanding goalkeeper in the 18-yard box. It's nice to have someone who's willing to go out and punch it away or kick it away, wherever it may be, and not be timid or conservative. It's nice to have an attacking-minded goalie.
That's definitely true. As the Cougars are definitely looking to move the ball upfield here, as the ball looks to be as they definitely look to be offsides here. That's Max Gaudry, who is a little too far downfield for the Cougars. As there will be a free kick here for Greensboro. Good intercept there from Garcia. Cougars looking to make a run here as moving up the field fast is Garcia. Garcia with the ball. Garcia with control. Looking to move it up here but clearly intercepted there from Greensboro. Great run there as Garcia was looking for Lilly to get opened up there on the right wing to put another goal in there. As that's great defense there from Averett to get the ball back under control. Is good pass there downfield, but just wide of Lilly. As Greensboro will try to take another shot here. Yates with an excellent save there as number 8-4 Greensboro was trying to get that one in the back of the net. That's Brady Mowers. As Mowers looked to be down on a knee, but I'm glad to see that he's up and okay. But the good thing is that there was an excellent save there from Yates to keep the ball from going into the net and tying this game up.
Definitely, it was very good goalkeeping by Tyler Yates. It's exactly what we discussed earlier. If that would have been a conservative goalkeeper, the striker would have gotten there first, and he could have just gotten a toe and it would have gone past Tyler. But a goalkeeper like Tyler Yates knows that it's important in that situation to be more aggressive and just try to get anything on the ball, and especially against the attacker to make his angle and his time on the ball shorter.
That's right. Is that there's definitely a lot of talking going on down there. Is that probably a controversial no call there? But the Cougars definitely keeping the possession a little bit longer, as they're looking to kill a little bit more of the clock here.
Yeah, it seems like that's been their objective this half, to kind of kill the game that way, and which is totally fine, and it's something that if I was a coach, I'd do the same this half. It's just a little more complex now that Greensboro got that goal early, and this half, Averett haven't had as many clear-cut chances as they did last half, so it's still that risky situation of what to do. It's still kind of cagey. Like, do you keep possession and not necessarily try to score, but just try to defend, or do you try to score and risk the counterattacks against you?
That's right, Carlos. As there was a foul there earlier on one of the players for Averett, there was a free kick there for Greensboro, but Averett getting back into control of it here. Averett will move it, keep moving it downfield over to Garcia. Garcia over back to himself, moving it downfield to Lilly. Lilly on the run. Lilly just over the goal, and he looked to be to try to pass it over to Davis. Looks like Davis wasn't quite lined up in front of the goal where Lilly wanted him to be. As the pass went a little strong there over the head of Davis. Yakin will take the goal kick here. Yakin with an excellent goal kick. As the first to touch it is Gaudry. Greensboro on the attack here, but controlled again by the Cougars, and that's Gufoni. Gufoni with the control. Great move there from Gufoni to start the attack for the Cougars. Cougars looking to move it downfield here. As an excellent run as the ball just kept in play. A couple of headers here as the ball lands over to Gaudry. Ball goes out of bounds, and Greensboro says, "Oh, it's in it's on our possession," but ref says differently. As Gaudry moves the ball back into the back into midfield. Gufoni over to Gaudry, back over to Gufoni, back over to Garcia. As it was intercepted there, and a great great try for the steal there from Kuschel. Great defense here from the Cougars to keep it out of the zone of Yates, to keep a little bit of pressure off of him, and to keep up the intensity on the Pride as the Cougars make an excellent run there, as a good save there from Yakin.
That was beautiful play by Averett.
Lily comes back into possession of it, so the Cougars keep possession, but it's just off of Greensboro, as Lily will
I must say that was great individual play by Leandre Tissandier. Wow, he got a pass from Oliver Kusolt in his own half and just put the burners on. It was watching a jet. Wow, he ran past one, then past two, and then past another, and it was a great pass into Aiden Barber, and the run by Aiden Barber as well off the ball was great. It was just unlucky that it didn't go in. It was a nice save, but that play needs to be admired. That was great.
That's right. I mean, Kuschel and Barber and Tessier definitely made a really great run of it. As you know, we like you just said, we saw that Tessier put on the Jets there, and we thought that there was going to be another goal there for the Cougars as we just passed the 11-minute mark of this game. As excuse me, sorry, there will be time put back on the clock as it's now 11 minutes. But there was a great run there by Tysiende. We thought there was going to be another goal there because he was in a wide open part of the pitch.
Yeah, and it was a big chance, and it's very unlucky that it didn't go in. And it would have been the perfect way to kill off the game. It would have killed off all the momentum that Greensboro have built up, all the confidence they've built up as well with the early goal in the second half, and it would have made Averett feel so much more comfortable, a lot less stressed in these last minutes of the second half.
That's right, as it looks like there would be a great pass there from Kuschel over to Lilly. Lilly in possession, trying to keep the ball there from his defender, over to Garcia. Garcia with an excellent pass there, just wide of looks to be Will Davis. He's another player for Averett that's definitely played most of this game. Davis looking to get on the board again for Averett.
Yeah, he's been a positive impact this game. I noticed especially in the first half his hold-up play was really good. He would come towards the ball, meet it so that the wingers could come inside and make run-ins behind.
That's definitely right. As the Cougars will look to keep up the intensity here, pretty much for the rest of the game, at least to get one more goal here to pad their lead.
Wow, that was nice. He did some kind of flick in between the legs from Tissandier to Will Davis. I'm sorry I had to stop you, Wyatt, but it was a really nice play.
That's for you. That was definitely it's okay to be able to pause me there. Yeah, it was a great play there from Tysier. Is that he was just able to put it in between the legs of his defender. And it was rather beautiful.
Yeah, and talking about Tissandier, it seems like this is a kind of a situation that suits him, as Greensboro are trying at least to get a little higher up, and then he has more space to use his pace, his speed. He has incredible speed and acceleration, which have been noticed the last couple 5 minutes with the actions that he's been doing.
That's right. As a bad pass from Gufoni ends up in the hands of Greensboro. Greensboro make a run here, but the ball will go just out of bounds here. As the ball just goes wide of the player here for the Pride.
Yeah, Averett are a little lucky that the pass was just a little off, but Greensboro, those are the kind of chances they're trying to make the most out of, those where there's a little more space, and Averett have sent players up to try to score.
That's right. As that was the guy on the wing there was number 8, Brady Mowers, a junior out of Randleman, North Carolina. One of the upperclassmen here for the Pride. As he was looking to get downfield, but his teammate just kicked the ball over his head a little bit.
Wow, that was that was dangerous.
Yeah, that's right. There was a little too much space for Averett.
Yeah, and that's the kind of goalkeeping we've talked about with Tyler Yates. He is a very commanding goalkeeper, which is very nice to have, especially if you're on his team. The risk you are running is that if at this point or in this situation a Greensboro player gets to the ball first and he has tried to attack the ball, then there's a lot of open space behind
Ooh,
him.
great move there. I'm sorry to pause you, but that was a great move in between the legs of the Greensboro player there. There was number 14 Luis Plazola. That was a great move in there in between the in between two players all there also on that last run. As we reach the 6:45 mark in the second half, as Garcia looks to move it upfield, back to Garcia, back over to Gutierrez. Back over to Davis. Over to Gaudry. Sorry, that's not Gaudry. Sorry, that's Aiden Barber. As Barber was right there upfield, able to get the ball into the box of the or at least was trying to get the ball into the box of the Greensboro goaltender.
Whilst there's a stop of play in this game, I do want to mention for the viewers how interesting these games are, as Greensboro are picked 7th to finish in the USA South according to the coaches poll, whilst William Peace, who lost to Averett 3-2, were picked to finish 2nd, whilst Brevard, who played 3-3 versus Averett a couple days ago, were picked to finish 3rd. So this conference, both ODAC and USA South, are very tight, it seems like, as the team who's picked to finish 7th are really making this a very difficult game for Averett, whilst Averett also were behind versus both Brevard and William Peace.
That's right, and as you mentioned as you mentioned the poll of where these teams are picked to land among the rankings, as in a couple weeks when Averett starts ODAC play, they will start their conference play against Ferrum, who has definitely been a team that they've had a little bit of trouble against at least in the past year, where looking to now that we have a new year, looking to kind of end their woes against them.
Yeah, and I've certainly believe that Averett have the quality to beat Ferrum, as Greensboro beat Ferrum a couple days ago 3-2 with a late goal by number 12 King. So I think that's the beauty of the game as well, just how different the games are. You know, Greensboro are losing now against Averett, and Averett have dominated all the aspects of the play, but like you mentioned, historically, Averett haven't necessarily been the most convincing versus Ferrum, right? Whilst Greensboro were able to beat Ferrum. So I think that's why I love the game as well, just because of how unpredictable it can be, but also how entertaining it can be. And also when you're playing as well, you know that if, as a player of Averett, if you are beating Greensboro, you know that you're able to beat Ferrum. You just have to come in with the right mentality. So every game lives its own life.
That's definitely right. And that's why I definitely agree with what you say. That's why this game is so interesting and so unpredictable, is because it can go any way any day.
Definitely. If this was played yesterday or tomorrow, this might be 2-1 to Greensboro. You never know, and I think that's the beauty of it as well, that you truly do never know. Averett can go into this game as favorites, but still Greensboro could put up a performance of a lifetime and win 3-0 with the goalie having 15 saves or whatever. I think that's what's so amazing about the sport.
That's right. There was a long shot there from either Kushel or Grafoni, but just went a little overboard above the goal. As we look now, as we're at the 2:45 mark, with time left in this game. The next home game here for Averett looks like it'll be Sunday, this Sunday at home against Methodist at 3 o'clock. As they is one of the highlights from the match today is the fact is that Averett had a strong sense of intensity with their defense and being able to move the ball up the pitch well in the first half, and to be able to get on the board early and have a commanding lead throughout most of the game.
Definitely, it's always nice to get an early goal to be most of the game on the front foot, and I think that has definitely continued in the second half. Averett have been dominant; they have been on the front foot. Greensboro have had very few chances, and they've not been able to capitalize. The only problem that Averett have had is that they've been 1-0 behind in the second half. Like you could, if you want to paint it that way, they've been. But yeah, it's true though. It's that they've been 1-0 behind the second half, and even though they have dominated possession and statistics, they haven't dominated in terms of putting the ball in the back of the net and just creating chances as a whole. I mean, especially when you compare it to the first half where Averett were so dominant and were able to make goals out of it. It's kind of fell off a little this second half, but at the same time, it's okay because Averett have had control.
That's right, and that's definitely one of the good things is that their defense has been able to help them control most of the second half and all of the first half. As with 1 minute left on the clock here at Frank R. Campbell Stadium, with less than a minute, I should say, it looks like the Cougars are mainly in control of this game, coming down to the last 45 seconds with a strong 2-1 goal lead. Looks like Averett will take this one. Which is a good thing with a win coming into next we'll just say this Sunday's match.
Definitely, if they get this win, they're on a good roll, and especially in Division III football, or soccer, as I should say, that they've been playing so far against all the D3 teams they've played against. They're undefeated, so continuing that way would definitely be a good way to approach ODAC play.
That's right, and a great save there from Tyler Yates. Saves a goal from going in and tying up this game with 22 seconds left, and there will be a corner kick here for Greensboro as Greensboro is looking to rush their defenders into the box of the goal as they're looking to get a goal here with in the last seconds as the ball goes out of play here, icing the game for Averett.
Yes.
As Averett will take the match here 2-1 over Greensboro, taking the momentum into Sunday's match. Today's been a great game, and thanks to alongside my broadcaster Carlos Soli. Sorry, folks, I just cannot speak tonight. But it's been a real blast here, and that was a great win there for Averett with how well they played. Now, folks, we'll be back next Sunday for their next home game against Methodist, where they will continue the momentum. It's been a great day, and we'll look to see you next Sunday here on the Averett Sports Network. Alongside my co-broadcaster, I'm Wyatt Ockpole. Hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and we'll see you on Sunday.
Thank you very much. Have a good night, y'all.